Did you know that the president of South Africa earns more money than the chancellor of Germany?
I didn't know that.
The South African civil service is the highest paid in the world as a percentage of GDP. A few years ago, the South African government invited the International Monetary Fund to come and study the salaries of the public service. And they concluded that the public service in South Africa earns 16% of GDP. Similar countries to us at the level of development, like Chile in South America, Thailand in Asia, is only 6% of GDP goes to public service salaries.
Wow, that's quite staggering.
So it's a huge amount of money that is going to civil service pay.
So everything we produce as a country in a year, 16% of that must go back to
the salaries of the public service.
And then we want to increase tax.
Yes,
to pay for that.
To all that.
In part.
So what we should be doing is to say, take that, to cut the civil service pay back to similar countries, and take that 10% that we save and put it into investment, into building infrastructure, into building new universities and so on and so forth. That today, our investment as a percentage of GDP is only 15%. If we took that 10% and added, we'll go up to 25%, which will put us where we were when we were building the stadiums in the beginning of 2000.
Yeah, the good old days.
Exactly. That's what it would do for us. So the first obstacle we're sitting with in South Africa is the overpaid public service. But the public service is part of the middle class that controls political power. And the ministers, by the way, are included in this pay. Did you know that the president of South Africa earns more money than the chancellor of Germany?
I didn't know that.
South African economy is a fraction of the size of the German economy. But our president earns more money than the chancellor of Germany.
Not that he needs a lot more money.
Yes, he has other ways of earning. But his pay. So this is an illustration of how the middle class parties are using their power to enrich themselves through taxing the rest of the economy. And that is what is driving our stagnation. Now, if you went to the government of national unity and said, take off 20% of GDP from the salaries, they will all refuse. Because all of them, whether they're DA or ANC, are being paid these phenomenal salaries. The town clerk in Cape Town is earning the same salary as the town clerk in Johannesburg, and these are hugely inflated salaries. The mayor of the DA, the mayor of the ANC, the mayor, who else is there? Got a mayor. They are all being paid this phenomenal salary. So to come back to your question, what should we do to kickstart the South African economy to get it to where it was in 2005? When it was like starting to pick up.
Absolutely.
We have to cut back on this overspending on the salaries of the public service. Then that gives us a foundation on which to start building. Because according to the National Development Plan, we should be at 30% of GDP going to investment instead of consumption, which is what these huge salaries do. So that is the short answer to you. Now, who is going to do it? As long as the middle class control the political power, they will never allow you to do it. Unless you get a Deng Xiaoping who reforms, which we are not getting.